Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, my co-host Mr. Brody, and we're going to resume our 1978 Red Sox replay using Strat-o-matic baseball. In the last game we played the All-Star game. We made it to the All-Star break, and we played an exciting All-Star game against the National League. So check that one out if you haven't checked that out. That was a great game there. So great battle. Great pitching duel between the two teams. So check that out if you haven't later. I won't spoil the outcome of that one, but it was a great game. Anyway, so this is July 13th of 1978, and we're going to resume the season now. The Red Sox are going to start a series against the Texas Rangers with Doc Ellis on the mound for the Texas Rangers against Louis Tiant, who had a subpar first half, so we'll see what he can do in the second half here. Looks like Butch Hobson is still out for the Red Sox, which is, I think a good thing. Actually, Jerry Remy's not playing either. He did play in the All-Star game, so maybe that's why they decided to keep him out an extra day or something like that, give him an extra day of rest, perhaps. I'm not sure if he actually played in the actual All-Star game. I think he might have, but I'm not sure. This kind of tells me that he might have possibly. But anyway, this is I'm not sure exactly what game number this is. Actually, I can tell you in just a second. Let's see. Do the math here. This is game number 84 of the season. So we're at game number 84. So without further ado, let's get this game underway. Right, Mr. Brody? Are you ready, Mr. Brody, to call a game? He's ready.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
All right, now why is that? Okay. I don't know why that showed up. All right, let's try it again. Oh, there it is. Alrighty, let's play some ball. And I do remember why that might have showed up there. I was attempting to fix the color ballpark thing, because I know a couple of the stadiums were loading up, like Cleveland, and I think Chicago were loading up when Yankee Stadium as a default. So I think I removed it, and then was attempting to reinstall it, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. And I guess it just automatically would do it next time I started a game, which required a color ballpark. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll take care of the issues we had with the other ballparks. So we'll see when we visit Cleveland or Chicago or one of the other parks that we where it was coming up was not loading. But anyway, it's an average night at Fenway Park. As you can see in the right bottom right hand corner of the field, it's a good chance for lefties to get singles and righties also not a little more than half. On the split rolls. Definitely harder for lefties to get home runs to right field there. And for righties, it's 1 to 15 with that short wall there. The Green Monster. So anyway, Louis Tiant on the mound, on the hill. 4-5 record. Like I said, he's had a subpar first half. And his ERA 5.42, which is 2 runs above his yearly ERA. 3.31. 85 innings pitched so far in the season with 93 hits. He's got more hits than innings pitched. On the actual season, as you can see here, he had a lot less hits than innings pitched. 212 innings pitched and only 185 hits. So he's definitely allowed a lot more hits so far early in the season. So hopefully that will straighten itself out in the second half. 33 walks, which is quite a bit. He's already got over half the walks he did on the actual season in less than 100 innings. So less than half, far less than half. It would be 106 would be halfway through. So he's got 21 less innings pitched to get to halfway, and he's already got quite a bit over half. 28 would have been about 28, 29 would have been half, so a little over that. 54 strikeouts, about where he should be on that, and has allowed 10 home runs, and that's about where it should be, I think. So yeah, about 10. So that's about right there. So the only thing is the hits allowed and the walks are up. So hopefully you can straighten that out in the second half. Alrighty, so the lineup for the Texas Rangers is going to be Bobby Bonds playing right field. Juan Benitez, the ex-Red Sox, will be the center fielder. Jim Sundberg behind the plate is all the way up in the third position. Usually you see him down further, at least he did earlier in the season. Al Oliver is the DH, batting cleanup. Batting fifth, Richie Zisk, the left fielder. Mike Hargrove, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Toby Harris, the third baseman, batting seventh. Second baseman, Bump Wills, will bat eighth. And batting ninth will be the shortstop, Bert Campaneris, who had a horrible season, only hit 186 for the season. So Bobby Bonds steps into the box. He is hitting .271 in the replay with 15 homers and 53 runs batted in. So Tiant looks in for the sign from Fisk. Actually, let's take a look at the Red Sox defense. They have their excellent defense, probably about one of the best defensive outfields ever. Yastrzemski in left, Lynn in center, and Evans in right, all rated 1, which is the best you can get. Strat-o-matic. And all have excellent arms, especially Evans. But above average arms with Yastrzemski and Lynn also. And very few errors in there. The highest is E8 with Lynn, and that's only 8. That means he would average only 8 errors over 162 games, so it's pretty amazing there. So the infield is Brohammer at third, which Hobson, I believe, is on the DL now. That's why he hasn't been playing. Frank Duffy, the shortstop, and again, it's possibly because Rick Burleson played in the All-Star game. I'm not sure if he did it in the actual season, both, but that's interesting. So Duffy is actually playing shortstop and not second base. I thought he was playing second for some reason. But Remy's still in there at second. And Scott at first. So, alright. So, definitely, Duffy is definitely a liability at shortstop, especially arrow-wise. Range-wise, not too bad, but arrow-wise, definitely a liability there. So, alright, so let's get the game underway. So, here's the pitch by Tiant. And a good start as he strikes out Bobby Bonds for out number 1. Juan Benitez up now. Juan Benitez is hitting .273 with 6 homers and 26 runs batted in. About where he should be on the season. Actually a little bit ahead as far as power-wise and RBI-wise. And he strikes out swinging, so back-to-back Ks for Tiant to start out the game. So that's a good start for Tiant here in the second half. So that'll bring up Jim Sundberg, hitting .268 with 4 homers and 35 runs batted in. And it's going to be up the 6th column of Tiant. And that'll be a fly ball to center. Lynn's under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Tiant. Doc Ellis on the hill for the Rangers. Ellis is 5-7 so far in the season with a 4.64 ERA, 109 innings pitched, 112 hits allowed. He's allowed a little bit more hits than innings pitched. And actual season, he was 10 under. 47 walks, so a huge amount of walks there. And although he only did pitch 141 innings, so he's maybe got a few more starts left. Maybe like 3 or 4 starts left after this one. But it definitely has allowed a lot of walks so far. Only allowed 46 on the actual season. Is already above that at 47. And strikeouts, though, he's done well with the strikeouts. He's got 45. Not a big strikeout pitcher. He's got 39 on the season so far. And home run-wise, he's actually not done well. He's allowed 1 more home run than he did on the entire season. So alright, for the Red Sox, Jerry Remy will lead it off. He'll be followed by Jack Brohammer, the third baseman. The DH today is Jim Rice, batting third. The captain, Kyle Yastrzemski, will bat cleanup and play left field. Behind the plate, Carlton Fisk, batting fifth. Center fielder Fred Lynn will bat sixth. George Scott, the first baseman, bats seventh. Dwight Evans is in right field, batting eighth. And Frank Duffy today is the shortstop, batting ninth. So Remy will lead it off. Corners are playing in. Hargrove and Hara. Remy is hitting .297 on the season with 2 homers and 25 runs batted in. There's the windup in the pitch by Ellis. It's going to be off his 6th column. And it'll be a line out to Hargrove at first for out number 1. Jack Brohammer up now. Getting a start today. Hitting .287 with no homers and 11 runs batted in. 50 points above his season average of .234. And he'll line out to short for out number 2. So 2 down and nobody on for Jim Rice. Jim Rice, the AL MVP of the season of the 1978. Right where he should be with .317 average. A little bit above his pace of 26 homers, on a pace to hit, still on a pace to hit 50, I believe. With 70 runs batted in, so right where he needs to be for the RBIs. And here's the windup in the pitch to Rice. It's going to be off his 2 column. And he'll strike out looking for out number 3, so 1 in the books, no score. So it'll be Oliver, Zisk, and Hargrove up for the Rangers. Oliver hitting .344 in the season with 7 homers and 34 runs batted in. 20 points above his season average so far. And he'll line a single, the first hit for either team. So the leadoff runner is on for the Rangers. Brings up Richie Zisk. Richie Zisk hitting .254 with 14 homers and 63 runs batted in. He's going to be up the 5 column of Tiant. So that'll be a ground ball to Duffy. Uh-oh, an error check here. This could be bad. He's prone to a lot of errors here. He gets in front of it, which is not the issue. And he'll make the play. Let's see if he can turn 2. I think it might be too slowly hit, possibly. And he'll just have 1 play. That'll be a first. So he fires the first to retire Zisk. So Oliver will move up the second. So runner in scoring position from Mike Hargrove. Mike Hargrove hitting .268 in the season with 3 homers and 24 runs batted in. Oops. There you go. So it's going to be off the 5 column of Tiant. And a big strikeout for Tiant on the high cheese. So Tiant already with 3 strikeouts. Strikes out Hargrove. Let's check out some scores from around the league. Minnesota and Baltimore are scoreless. Milwaukee, who I believe the Red Sox are tied with coming into the day, is comfortably ahead of Kansas City 7-1. Money hit his 7th home run from Milwaukee. The Yankees and the White Sox are scoreless. California on top of Toronto 2-0. Cleveland and Oakland are tied at 2, and Seattle with the lead over Detroit by a score of 3 3-0. Excuse me, 3-0. So that'll bring up Toby Harrow with a 2-out RBI opportunity. Hitting .230 on the season, right where he should be as far as his average goes. 4 homers and 37 runs batted in, so a bit behind in his power numbers. Especially not his RBIs, but his homers are actually are low for this time of the season. And he'll ground up to Scott. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 3. So after 1.5, still no score. So it'll be Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Lynn for the Red Sox against Ellis. Yastrzemski hitting .285 so far in the season with 8 homers and 37 runs batted in. About where he should be. He's already got over half of his at-bats for the season. So he probably sat a lot of the few games in the second half of the season, getting up there in age. I think he was around like 35 or so right at this. Actually, let me think here. I think he was born in 39. So that would put it like around 38? Yeah, actually he's a little bit older than that. Oh, older than I thought he was. About 38. And 30, let's see. I think he was born in August of 39, I want to say. So I think he's about ready to turn almost 39. So he's 38, going on 39. If I'm right. So alright, Yastrzemski's going to get a good pitch to hit here. Hopefully he can do something with it. And he will. He'll lace a single up the middle. So the Red Sox also have the lead runner on here in the second. Brings up Fisk, who's having a great season so far. Hitting .319 with 12 homers and 48 runs batted in. So that's going to be off the 5 column of Ellis. And he'll line out to Wills at second base for out number 1. So that'll bring up Fred Lynn. Fred Lynn hitting .279 with 17 homers and 56 runs batted in. On a pace to hit 30. See what he can do here. It's going to be off the 6 column of Ellis. And he'll pop one out to short. Campaneris under it and makes the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up George Scott with 2 outs and Yastrzemski at first. Boomer's hitting .253 with 7 homers and 23 runs batted in. And it's going to be off of this 2 column. He'll need a low result here. Or I should say a high result. So that's a single up the middle. So Yastrzemski moves up the second. So runners on first and second with 2 down for Evans. Evans hitting .275 on the season. About 30 points above his season average. 13 homers and 46 runs batted in. And it's going to be off of his 1 column. And that'll be a ground ball to Campaneris. Fires to first for out number 3. So for 2 full, still no score. So Bump Wills will lead it off for the Rangers. He's hitting .258 on the season with 4 homers and 27 runs batted in. It's going to be off of his 2 column. And that'll be another strikeout for Tiant. Gets him swinging. So Bert Campaneris hit only .186 on the actual season. So far he's hitting .244 in the replay with a homer and 18 runs batted in. So he's already got his homer that he had just 1 for the season. He's already got it already. He's already got more RBIs than he did on the season. He's only got about approximately 50 more at-bats to go on the season. So it's off the 6th column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Duffy at short. Another range check, unfortunately, on Duffy. Not something you want to see. He dodged it the first time. Can he do it again? No. Oh, no, he doesn't. So he's going to commit an error here. He'll boot it and charge with the error. So Duffy commits the error, allowing Campaneris to reach. Campaneris is a threat to steal. So Remy and Duffy will probably be alternating covering. So it'll be at the top of the order. Bobby Bonds struck out his first time up. And he strikes out again. So Tiant with the fastball working. Strikes out Bonds again. Now has 5 Ks on the day. So Benitez up now. Benitez also struck out his first time up. Oh, he looks like he could get a hold of one here. And Yastrzemski makes a great catch up against the wall. So it looked like that one was going to go, but the one pushed it back. So that'll do it for the Rangers in the third. So after 2.5, no score. Frank Duffy will lead it off for the Red Sox. Frank Duffy hoping to atone for that error, even though it didn't cause any runs to score. So Duffy's had a good year so far, hitting .341 with 9 runs batted in 44 at bats. Getting a start today. Oh, and he's going to hit that. No, Duffy is a weak. I was going to say, I hope it hits that home run, but Duffy's weak against righties, and probably lefties too. But he is able to single. So leadoff runner is on for the Red Sox, and we're going to have Remy bunt here. Try to get the runner in scoring position, although runs seem to be at a premium. So let's have Remy square around the bunt. 86% chance. He's an excellent bunter. So he lays one down, and he pops it up. Oh no! And Hargrove makes the catch and fires over to first, but Duffy's able to get in before the throw reaches Hargrove. So Remy unable to get the bunt down. That'll bring up Brohammer. Brohammer lined out his first time up. And he's going to line out to Hargrove again. So 2 down now for Jim Rice. Rice struck out his first time up. Going to be off the 5 column of Ellis. And he'll line out to Wills for out number 3. So after 3 full, it's Boston nothing and Texas nothing. So we head to the 4th. It'll be Sundberg, Oliver, and Zisk, heart of the order for the Rangers. Sundberg flied out his first time up. And he's going to line out to Duffy for out number 1. So it brings up Al Oliver. Got the only hit for the Rangers so far today. Single back in the second. And he'll fly out to Evans in right. Camps under it. And, oh, actually, it was a juice to deep right. I just go by the speed of the ball. It looked really slow, so that's why I kind of called it like that. Usually don't always go by what it says here, but so he races hard, dives, and he's got it. So Evans makes a great diving catch, saving extra bases for Oliver. So Zisk up now with 2 outs and nobody on. And he'll get Texas' second hit of the day as he lines a single up the middle. So that'll bring up Mike Hargrove, who struck out his first time up. And he's going to get it popping up to Remy. Calls for it, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So another 0 up on the board for Texas. And the Red Sox come up with no score. So Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Lynn up now. Yastrzemski singled his first time up. And this time he'll ground out to Wills. Throws over to Hargrove for out number 1. That'll bring up Fisk, who lined out his first time up. And he'll get a single this time as it drops in front of Benitez. So the Red Sox with a 1-out base runner. Brings up Lynn, who popped out his first time up. And it's going to be a range check on Hara, who's a 4 range. So 1 to 6 will be a single. And he'll get in front of it. Oh, he's going to commit an error here. 2-base error. Fires for, and he throws it over the head of Hargrove, and it'll bounce into the dugout. So the runners will be awarded 2 bases. Fisk the third and Lynn the second. The Red Sox with something going here in the fourth. Looking to get on the board. 2 runners in scoring position for the Boomer. He singled his first time up. RBI opportunity for Scott. It's going to be off the 4 column of Ellis. And this is going to be hit a long way. It's going to go off the wall. So this will score both Fisk and Lynn. And Scott pulls up at second with a double. So a 2-run double for George Scott puts the Red Sox on the board 2-0. So to bring up Evans, he grounded out his first time up. And Evans is going to get a hold on almost the same spot Scott hit it. Scott will come around the score. Evans will trade places with Scott. Another run in for the Red Sox. Now lead 3-0. See what Duffy can do. He singled his first time up. And he'll get a good pitch to hit here. Duffy will hit a single to the opposite field. Evans will be held at third. So that'll put runners at the corners for Remy. He's 0 for 2, lined out in the first and popped out in the third. And not Remy's best column, it's a 3 column. See if it's deep enough to score Evans. He'll hit one out to Bonds. And 65% chance. Who do we got coming up next? Brohammer? I think we're gonna. Oh, why is he saying throw for the lead runner? Put computer. It's not. Let me think. I'm just trying to think if they would throw for the lead. I would think they would. Oh yeah, they don't want to get too far behind, so we'll go with that. I would think that they would. Oh, it's not cut off. So it'd be thrown away for an error. So I don't know why it did. I'm pretty sure it did say computer when I started it. I don't know why. It said computer for Texas. Maybe it had something to do with that loading the ballpark thing messed it up. Anyway, they probably would have. Red Sox definitely probably would have been aggressive on that one with 2 outs and Brohammer coming up. Especially, you know, not with one of their main hitters coming out. And I would assume that with Bobby Bonds with an arm of -3, he would be trying to get him out. So. Anyway, Red Sox take a 4-0 lead now. And he'll single up the middle, so Duffy will come around to score. So a 5-0 lead for the Red Sox now. That'll bring up Jim Rice. And it looks like that's going to be it for Ellis as Len Barker comes in. Barker has pitched 24 innings in 23 games and has a 3-4 record with a 5.32 ERA. So Rice up now with Brohammer at first. 5 runs in already. And he'll strike out Rice swinging. Second strikeout of the day for Rice. The Red Sox put up a 5 spot. Now lead at 5-0. So Tiant with a lead for the first time today. Tiant seems to be on his game already. Has 5 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched. So Hara up now. Hara grounded out his first time up. And he'll draw a walk to lead off the 5th. Fisk appeals, thinking that Hara went around, but he didn't. So they'll bring Bump Wills up now. Struck out his first time up. And he's going to get one out to Lynn in center. Lynn will glide under it and make the catch. One out for Texas here in the 5th. Down by 5. Campaneris up now. He reached on an error by Duffy. And they're going to go for a hit and run. Grounds one to Remy. Barehands it over to first. So they stay out of the double play. So I'll put Hera in scoring position with 2 down for Bobby Bonds. He's struck out twice so far against Tiant. And it's going to be a range check on Yastrzemski. So he should make this play. Ooh, I thought there was going to be an error there. Yastrzemski makes the catch to retire the side. So halfway through, it's the Red Sox 5 and Texas nothing. And Yastrzemski will lead it off. 1 for 2 on the day. Single back in the second. And he'll strike out. Chase the breaking ball in the dirt. So 1 down in the Red Sox 5th. Let's check the scores again. Baltimore edging Minnesota 1-0. Milwaukee winning over Kansas City 8-2. Mike Caldwell pitching for Milwaukee. Yankees and the White Sox are tied at 1. California edging Toronto 3-2. Same score with Cleveland out ahead in Oakland. Seattle on top of Detroit 4-2. And here, Red Sox are blanking the Rangers 5-0. So Fisk is up now. He's singled back in the 4th. And he'll single again in the 5th. So 1 out single for Fisk. Brings up Fred Lynn. He reached on an error by Hera at 3rd. Came around the score later on. And he'll strike out. So 2 down now in the Red Sox 5th. With George Scott, who had a big 2-run double back in the 4th to get the scoring started for the Red Sox. And this time he'll draw a walk. So that'll put runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 down for Evans, who had an RBI double back in the 4th. And he'll fly out to Zisk and left for out number 3. As he gets under that one a little bit, Zisk will make the catch. So we played 5 full with the score Boston 5 and Texas nothing. Tiant back up for 6 innings of work. Up to 67 pitches through 5. Corners are going to play in for Benitez. 0 for 2 on the day. He'll get a good pitch to hit here. But he'll get under it just a bit as Lynn is able to make the catch. There's a diving catch. So 1 down now in the Texas 6th. Brings up Sundberg, who's 0 for 2, flied out in the 1st and lined out in the 4th. And he'll go round out to Duffy in the 6th. Sundberg 0 for 3 now. Tiant seems like he's in full control today. Looking much sharper than he has in a while. So those 3 days rest is probably what Tiant needed for the All-Star break. So Oliver up now, 1 for 2 on the day. And he'll pop up to Scott to retire the side. So the Rangers go in order in the 6th. And it's still 5-0 Red Sox. So Duffy's having a good day. Perfect 2 for 2. A couple of singles. And this time he'll ground out to Hera, who's able to field this one over to Hargrove. 1 down in the Red Sox 6th. So Remy up now. He's got an RBI 0 for 3 on the day, but 0 for 2 on the day. He'll sacrifice fly in the 4th to score a run. It's going to be a range check on Sundberg. Sundberg a 1 range. Oh, looks like he's going to have to be a wild pitch possibly, or a pass ball. Which really shouldn't matter. Oh, it's going to be a dribble in front of the home. There's no runners on, so of course it can't be a wild pitch or a pass ball because there's nobody on. So he'll throw to first and on the dribbler, and Remy will beat it out with an infield hit. We're not going to try to steal somebody. He's a -4, so that would be pretty futile. So that'll bring up Brohammer with 1 down. I think we might do a little hit and run with Brohammer. Ooh. 27% chance. 17% chance to miss the pitch. We don't mind if he misses the pitch because Remy's a decent base stealer, but we'll see. We'll try the hit and run. And he grounded down the line. Hargrove will take it to the bag himself, so Remy will move up in scoring position. 2 down. For Jim Rice, 0 for 3 on the day. He struck out twice. And he'll get his first hit of the day as he singles between Hargrove and Wills. And we're going to send Remy, 85% chance. Oh yeah. And they're going to cut off the throw, keeping Rice at first. So Rice will get an RBI as Remy scores. And it's now a 6-0 Red Sox lead. So a good start to the Red Sox second half here today. Up by 6, heading in the 6th. Jump now 1 for 3 on the day. And he'll ground out the hair at third for out number 1. Number 3 actually. So we'll head to the 7th with the Red Sox now up 6-0. Tiant back on the hill. He'll face Zisk first. Zisk's 1 for 2 on the day. And he'll lace a single up the middle. That was a little carrot there, so that was a on the card. Caused that hit because it was supposed to be an out, but that will be a hit. All right, so Zisk with a leadoff single here in the Rangers 7th. Brings up Hargrove. It's 0 for 2, and he'll draw a walk. So Texas got a little something going here in the 7th. His fist goes out the top to Tiant. He's back behind the plate. So Toby Hare up now. He's hoping to atone for his error. 0 for 1 in the day. Walked back in the 5th. And this could be 2 as he grounds to Duffy. Over to Remy for 1. Back to first. And they turn 2. So Hare not pleased with that. Just going to move to third now, but now with 2 outs. It brings up Wills, who's 0 for 2 on the day. He'll get a good one to hit here, though. And this one's going to go a long way. This is going to go into the triangle, over Lynn's head. Zisk will easily score. And it looks like Wills is going to have himself a triple. So an RBI triple for Wills puts Texas on the board. Action going to the Red Sox pen. So Campaneris up now with 2 down. And John Lowenstein will come in and pinch hit for Campaneris. So Lowenstein is only hitting .167 against righty, so I'm not sure of the strategy here. Maybe the lefty-righty matchup. So Lowenstein's only hitting .152 in the season at 99 at-bats. 99 and 98, I can't quite read that. I think it's 99 though. Only a 222 hitter on the actual season. So let's see if Tiant can get him. Keep the damage at a minimum. And he will as he grounds out to Remy over Scott. And that'll do it. So minimal damage. And it's now a 5-run Red Sox lead. So let's see what the trivia question is for Mr. Brody. So, what Red Sox player set the American League designated hitter record for home runs with 32 in 1983, which since has been broken? Yeah, easily broken by Big Papi. Probably was broken before him too, though, I imagine. Going through the steroid era there. So, 1983. I want to say Tony Armas, but I'm not sure if he was a DH back then. I'm gonna go with Tony Armas though. It's the only one I can think of right there. DH. I imagine it could be Jim Rice, but I think he was probably still playing in the field. Armas for Rice or somebody else. Now let's go with Armas and see what happens. So here's the trivia question. Oh, it's Greg Luzinski. How is that possible? What, Red Sox player? I think they meant to say White Sox on that one. Because definitely, I don't... Luzinski was never on the Red Sox. I know he was on the White Sox till the end of his career. So I think that's a Strat error there. So if anybody is watching, that's a Strat error there. Normally very good, but I think that might be an error. We'll check this real quickly here. But I'm like 99.9% sure that it cannot be Greg Luzinski. Well, it can be Greg Luzinski, but just not on the Red Sox. Yeah, he did hit 32 home runs in 1983, so that must be with the White Sox there. So it must be a White Sox player. So, Mr. Brody, you gotta check on your stats there before you release it. Make sure everything's okay there. Or not your stats, but on your grammar there. So, anyway, Mr. Brody will work on that. So, alright, so we'll head to the bottom of the 7th with the Red Sox up by 5, 6-1. It'll be Fisk, Lynn, and Scott up for the Red Sox. Oh, and Fisk is gonna get a good one to hit here off Barker. And he'll ace a single up the middle. So good start to the Red Sox 7th. As Fisk makes the wide turn at first. Fred Lynn up now 0 for 3 with a run scored. And he'll line out to Wills. So that'll be up to Boomer. He's having a good day, 2 for 2 with RBI double back in the 4th. Also walked. And he'll get him looking. So first time Scott's retired today. 2 down now in the Red Sox 7th. For Dwight Evans, had an RBI double back in the 4th, 1 for 3. And it's going to be another range check on Sundberg. Looks like Evans is going to pop it up. Sundberg will make the catch for out number 3. So we're headed to the 8th. The Red Sox up by a score of 6-1. Tiant back on the hill, up to 93 pitches. I think we're going to try to give him another inning here, so he can get through the 8th. And Bobby Bonds up now, 0 for 3. He's a strikeout victim twice today. It's going to be a range check on Yastrzemski. Thank goodness he's a 1 range, because that would have been a hit off anybody else if he wasn't a 1 range. But he's going to make a rare play here. Let's check out this rare play by Yastrzemski. Races back, slams into the wall, and he's got it. So Yastrzemski makes a great catch crashing into the wall. Looks like he'll be alright. A little woozy there. So that'll be a Juan Beniquez. 0 for 3 on the day. And he's going to hit a fly ball. See if Yastrzemski's okay. Looks like he is. As he'll sprint over and make the play for out number 2. Check out some scores. Minnesota leads Baltimore 2-1. Milwaukee still ahead of Kansas City 9-5. Yankees have pulled ahead of Chicago 2-1 now. California winning over Toronto 8-2. Cleveland in front of Oakland 5-2. Detroit is edging Seattle 5-4. As Ron LaFleur has hit his 7th home run for Detroit. So Jim Sundberger will be up now. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And he'll hit a grounder to hopper to Brohammer. fires over to Scott, and that'll do it for the Rangers in the 8th. So I think Tiant's day will probably be done. We'll see. Ooh, looks like Bob Stanley and Alan Ripley both pitched 3 innings today. I'd rather not pitch Ripley, but we might. I don't know. Bob Stanley hasn't been that good either. We'll see. I think we'll probably put Bob Stanley in. So Frank Duffy up now. Frank Duffy 2 for 3. Singled his first 2 times up. Also scored a run. And he'll lineman out to Hara for out number 1. 1 gone in the Red Sox 8th. Brings up Jerry Remy. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Also reached on an error. And Remy will get his second hit of the day. And we might try a steal against Sundberg. Let's see what we can do here. See if we can get a jump. Probably won't be able to even get the jump. Oh, 55% chance. Yeah, what the heck. We're up by 5. Let's try it. There he goes. And he'll be gunned down. Oh, wait a second. No, I'm sorry. 1 to 7. 1 to 11 is safe, so he is safe. 1 to 11 is safe, and he got a 7. So Remy is in there with a stolen base off Sundberg. So Brohammer with an RBI opportunity now. He'll get a good one to hit here off Barker. Barker's still out there, out for his 5th inning of work. And Brohammer draws a walk. So that'll be runners on 1st and 2nd for Rice. 1 for 4 with an RBI. And that's going to be it for Barker. As Jim Umberger comes in now. So Umberger comes in with a 4-4 record on the season. 4.43 ERA. See what Rice can do again. Oh, that's not good. It's going to be on 2 column. And this could be 2. Lowenstein fires over to Wills for 1. Back to 1st. And they turn the 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. So I think we're going to... Yeah, we'll take out Tiant. We'll let Stanley get some work today. We got a 5-run lead, so that should be good enough for Stanley. Oops. Definitely don't want to bring in Ripley. Let's just see what... Yeah, he's 137% anyway of innings, so we don't want to bring in Ripley, definitely. Stanley is still below 100 yet, so we'll bring in Stanley. Maybe a 10-run lead if we would have brought in Ripley. Maybe. Alright, so Bob Stanley comes in. Hopefully he'll have a better second half than he did in the first half. Although he's already got 13 saves, which is 3 more than he had in the actual season. Only 4 decisions so far. He had 17 decisions in the actual season. 2-2 in the replay. ERA 3.38. About 3/4 of a run higher than it was on the actual season. Alright, see what Stanley can do against Oliver. Oliver 1 for 3 on the day. That'll be a ground ball to Duffy. Range check. Never a good thing. Ooh, it's going to be a single. But he does not commit the error. So Duffy unable to get to it. Goes into left. Oliver will be on with a leadoff single here in the 9th. So then we have Zisk. Got a couple of hits today, 2 for 3. And that'll be a round ball which will get through. Oliver moves to 3rd. So runners at the corners first for Hargrove. Hargrove 0 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be a range check on Brohammer at 3rd. That's in front of it. And fires over to 1st. as the run comes in, and he gets the out as this moves up to second. But now a 6-2 Red Sox lead. So that'll bring up Toby Harrow for 2 with a walk. Harrow is going to single to left. So Stanley does not seem to have it, and Zimmer comes out and he's going to take him out. He's actually going to bring in Ripley, see if Ripley can. No, we're not gonna, because Ripley might get us. Yeah, Ripley will, because the tying run is on deck, so Ripley would get to save. No, we don't want to bring in Ripley. We'll give Stanley another batter or two. We'll see. And this should be 2 as Duffy flips over Remy for 1, back to first, and that'll do it. So the Red Sox prevail. They hold on to win 6-3. Probably should have let Tiant try to finish the game, but all right. So let's get the box score. So the Red Sox are victorious in their first game after the All-Star break. They actually lost this game, so they pick up a game here, which they're currently now 52-32. They're actually 57-27 at this point, so 5 games behind their pace. So hopefully we can make up some of these games, get back on track. So Tiant gets the win, 5-5 now. He had a solid performance, 8 innings pitched, just allowed only 4 hits, 1 run, which was earned, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. So ERA drops a bit, now 5.05. Bob Shannon was horrible in relief, allowing 3 hits and 2 runs, both of them earned. But his struggles continue. Doc Ellis gets the loss, 5-8 now. And he lost it 3 2/3 inning, allowing 8 hits and 5 runs. Only 2 of them were earned though, so his defense let him down. Just 1 strikeout. Let's see. For the Red Sox, Jerry Remy was 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Brohammer 1 for 4 with an RBI. Rice 1 for 5 with an RBI. Yastrzemski 1 for 4. Carlton Fisk was 3 for 4 with a run scored. Fred Lynn was 0 for 4 but did score a run. George Scott had a good day, 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Evans 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. And Frank Duffy, getting a start, was 2 for 4 with a run scored. So all in all, a good day for the Red Sox. Everybody had a part in some type of either scoring or a hit. Freddie Lynn was the only one without the hit. For the Rangers, Al Oliver was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Richie Zisk 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Hargrove had an RBI. Harrow 1 for 3 with a run scored. With an RBI. And Bump Wills 1 for 4 with an RBI. So that's it. So let's take a look at the standings here. I think they'll still be tied for first. Is Milwaukee, I believe, won. Let's check that out. Over here. No, actually, we're a game ahead. So we must have been a game ahead at the All-Star break. Or actually, maybe when Milwaukee lose? No, they won. Okay. I thought we were tied, but I guess we weren't. I guess we were a game ahead going into the All-Star break. So anyway, the Red Sox game ahead, back in first place. Well, in first place. So the Yankees are 3.5 games behind. Kansas City with a half-game lead over Texas and a 1-game lead over California, so a tight race in the AL West. Let's take a look at the starters for the next game. says human and computer. I don't know why it messed up last time. Anyway, I guess I just gotta check it at the beginning to make sure. So Mike Torres will be, good pitching matchup here as we have Ferguson Jenkins for the Rangers against Mike Torres for the Red Sox. Both all-star pitchers from the 78th season in the replay. I don't think Torres was in the actual season, although I think Jenkins might have been an all-star. And it looks like Butch Hobson out again, so it's going to be Burlhammer and Duffy in again. So Burleson out for another game. Not sure what's going on with him. So a couple of the Red Sox starters out. So, alright, so thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from High Ground Gaming, my co-host Mr. Brody. And we'll see you in the next 1978 Red Sox replay in the game against the Texas Rangers for Game 2. Bye-bye now. God bless.